May we honour those who valiantly served and gallantly died in defence of the free world against oppression so that we may live in peace and freedom. During World War II, the American Air Force lost 8,314 heavy bombers, 1,623 medium and light bombers, and 8,481 fighter planes in combat. That is nearly 28,000 aircraft that were lost during this period of time. Around 14,000 men were wounded, while 33,000 men were captured and put in POW camps. However, worst of all, around 30,000 brave men lost their lives during this war. Overall, that is almost enough men to fill Wembley Stadium. The airfield we are investigating was part of the heavy bomber group of the 8th Air Force. There was a total of nearly 300 missions launched from this location, but in total there were 10,631 missions launched by the heavy bomber groups of the 8th Air Force, with over 4,000 aircraft losses. The 8th Air Force had two types of heavy bombers, the B-17 Flying Fortress and the B-24 Mitchell. There was 12,731 B-17s built and 16,188 B-24s built. Today, there are only 12 airworthy B-17s left flying. In fact, of those 12, only one of them is in Europe, based in Duxford, England, by the name of Sally B. Yet there is only one B-24 that still flies. B-17s flew from this particular airfield. On each aircraft there were 10 men, which consisted of a pilot, a co-pilot, a flight engineer, a navigator, a radio operative, a bombardier, 2 waist gunners, a ball turret gunner and a tail gunner. The total bomb load for a B-17 was 4,800 pounds. The B-17 Flying Fortress was named so as it was capable of withstanding and fighting German attacks, while at the same time completing the missions of bombing their targets and many returning home. The airfield we are investigating is said to have a plethora of paranormal activity, from airmen being seen, voices and screams being heard, and the pass-through playing itself with the sounds of damaged B-17s coming to land, as well as the sounds of them damaged B-17s crashing as they reach the airfield. It is also known that people get an uneasy feeling within the airfield. It is almost as if they should not be there, as well as the feeling of being watched. People also claim to have seen shadows in the fields and around the old runway, as well as the few remaining buildings on the location. The location was picked by the team as the airfield holds a personal connection with a team member. After a visit to the airfield in the daytime to collect shots, 2 team members picked up a lot of EVPs from the SB-7, as well as the feeling that they were being watched, but both Helena and Alex felt more than welcome upon the airfield, but this is not the case for many people. During this day, the name Bell was given over the SB-7, as well as being clearly heard without any EVP devices. This also coincides with a past life regression that Helena had after having multiple dreams about the airfield. When she was under hypnosis, she spoke of herself being a young woman named Bell, as well as memories of the airfield and her spirit guide Will. During our night investigation, it was noted that there was a name being called out, and both Helena and Hayley heard the name Bell being shouted when they were alone in the woodlands, as well as the same name being brought through over the SB-7 again when Alex, Helena and Hayley were in one of the remaining buildings. Due to the personal replies and the activity we caught in the few hours we were investigating, we will be going back to the airfield again. We would like to take the next few minutes in silence to remember the fallen, the wounded and the survivors of the war, and all wars past and present, and allow us to take this moment in memory and thanks for everything they have done for us and for the free world that we know today. Welcome to Boleyn Paranormal and the World War II Airbase. you make yourself known? Can you make a sound? Can you copy me? If there are any spirits here with us, can you please make yourself known?
Sorry.
If there are any spirits here with us, can you talk to us through the white noise?
Is there anyone else that's here with me? Are there any spirits here that can make themselves known to me? It's annoying because I know you won't know this from watching, but I really do feel a coldness on my neck, and it's horrible. If there's someone here, can you do something to me? I'm holding a device here. It's got a little red light on it. Can you talk into the red light? Can you say something to me? I just heard something behind me there. Is there anyone else here with me? Apart from spiders. There is a spider somewhere. What was there right here? Oh god, where's it gone? Anyway. Did you die here? Did you die on the airfield? What's your name? If there's anyone here at all, any spirits, can you please come towards me? Come into this shelter with me. Hello? Hello? Did someone just make a bang? Can you do it again? I have no idea what that was. I'd point out that his hand has a dictaphone in the other hand is holding this camera. Do you want me here? Do you want me to go? I really do feel like someone in here with me and they're playing with me. See, I'm in the middle of some woods. Right, I don't want to let my imagination get the rest of me out here. That's so easily done in the woods. Is there anyone else here with me? Okay, so many noises. It's a problem when you're investigating woods. Wind, birds, animals, could be anything. I'm gonna go this way. Where I'm standing now, I don't know, a service road I think you'd call it. But it goes all the way up here. When you get to the top, there's where the hospital was. And this way takes you to the active airfield. Or when it was active. The camera keeps going blurry. Are there any spirits here? There's definitely something walking. I don't know if it might be a general person. Because these woods aren't closed off, so other people could walk in. So now I really feel uncomfortable here on my own. But I mean, it's wood. It's scary at night. Right, I'm going to walk towards the actual active part of the airfield. Slowly. Are there any spirits here? Are there any ghosts? I just said ghosts. That's so embarrassing. That's a bug. That's a bug, in case you're wondering. It's a moth, technically. Is that a bug? Right. Any pilots? Any gunners? Navigators? Radio operators? Engineers? Doctors? Keeps going blurry. It's really annoying. Right, I'm going to walk this way. I keep hearing footsteps, but I don't know if it's a bloody animal. But it's not right. Come on, do something for me. Prove that you're here. something just hit me. I swear something just hit me. So I just felt something hit my back. Is there anyone here? For the voice. But I don't know if that's the others. I'll have to ask when I get back. I do feel like I'm being followed. But I mean, I don't know what they want. Were you even on the airfield? Maybe you're here for a different reason. I swear I just had a little girl or something. Is there anyone there?
Are you freaking out?
I am. I don't want to go in the woods.
Why?
I don't feel comfortable in the woods.
Like at all?
I'm fine out here. I mean, if we step into that woods, I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, but why?
Not a nice atmosphere. At all.
At all?
No, don't like it.
Are you serious?
I feel more comfortable if there's more of us.
There's two of us.
Yeah, but if there's more of us, I'd feel comfortable. But because it's just us two, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Brave, I like it. Brave. Fearless. Come on. If there's any spirits here with us, can you make yourself known? Can you walk towards us? Brave it. Are you an American airman? Or footsteps? Shut up. Can you please make yourself known?
What hurts?
My knee. Just my knee. It feels like
Give me the K2 meter. What one?
Oh. No, there's not going to be anything there, is there?
Never know.
I think there's somebody standing there because I keep seeing it.
Wait. Oh. There was something just on the camera, I think. Like a little dot. I don't know if it was a bug. Did you guys hear that? I swear I just heard a breath. Did you guys hear that? I swear I just heard a breath. It's not me, because I'm trying not to breathe. going to try the SB7 out. Yeah, I can find which pocket.
Did you die on this airfield?
Yes. So a woman. This says something else.
How did you die?
Murder.
How did you die?
Murder. Murder. Murder.
Who caused your death? Are you stopping my camera from working? Yeah. Yeah. How many of you are there? 7. How many of you are there? 7. I had 7.
Yeah, especially with Vanessa.
Was that 7? Who am I? So Helena.
My back's right up right now.
It's literally as if we're gone.
Are you still there?
It's just...
We just want to say thank you for watching our first ever episode of Boleyn Paranormal, and we're going to run through the evidence that we got on the investigation with you now. So, Alex, when you were alone in the shelter, you heard a bang from nothing. What did you think it was at the time?
Well, when I first heard it, I thought it was something coming down the hatch, like someone had thrown something down there. But I mean, the actual sound of the bang, it's not, to me, it wasn't threatening. That's why it didn't scare me. It wasn't like, you know, like bang. I was like, whoa, run away. It was just, I don't know. It kind of, to me, it kind of sounds like something maybe hollow.
I thought it sounded hollow.
And maybe a boot or a ball. Something not.
What, an invisible ball?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna turn around and go, that was definitely a ball. That was like, that kind of sounded like a ball, but there's no ball.
I thought it sounded like a footstep that had dislodged something.
It kind of sounds like a boot. Someone, you know, hitting the floor with their foot. But
yeah, but where the boot would have been, it would have dislodged the wood. But it didn't. It was just a solid.
no, well, the floor's concrete.
But there was wood and stuff in
right
there.
at the back of the room, there's like rubble and there's bits of wood, and I mean, I initially I sort of looked down at the rubble to see if something had moved, but there was nothing, out of the ordinary. But at the end of the day, the noise that it does sound like
A boot.
yeah, something not quite solid, but loud enough to make a bang. Hence why I say it sounds like something hollow.
It was a good catch. It was
Yeah.
a good catch. I was surprised you managed to catch it after putting the dictaphone in your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thumbs up to that.
We'll edit that bit out.
No, we won't.
Shut up. The next talking point would be the voice that you heard in the woods.
Yeah.
With Hayley.
Yeah. That was weird. We were walking up the woods and Hayley, she just didn't want to go in. And to be honest, it wasn't as creepy as I guess people thought it was, but then I'm quite used to the location. But at the same time, you knew there was people there, you could pick them up, I was picking them up, and you could feel them watching you and stuff.
I felt the same.
And we got into the woods, and I decided I'd call out. That's what you do. And I called out, and I asked if there was anybody there, and nothing answered. Apart from we heard noises, but I can't say whether them noises were a bird or an animal or footsteps. I don't know. It's a wood. Could have been anything.
I mean, birds kept flying off everywhere.
Could have been anything, I don't know. So we're standing there, and we've heard these noises, and I've said it could be a bird or a footsteps, and then about 10 seconds later, me and Hayley clearly heard a man shout "Bell," and it wasn't as if it was far away. It was close. It was really close, and it was really loud.
In the part one episode, I mean, what you can hear is a disembodied voice.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly clear what that voice is saying.
No, but
Although
when
one
we
thing
enhanced it, you can hear him say "Bell," and
Yeah.
it's the fact that we heard him, and it wasn't through an EVP device, it wasn't through the SD7 or a recorder or anything like that. We had heard him as if he was in the woods with us, and it was weird because I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to hear them myself, but I wasn't expecting for Hayley to hear it as well. That's kind of, it threw me off for a minute because I was like, that's something I didn't expect.
You have a tendency sometimes to hear things but you don't hear it.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
But, obviously, that's what I do. But, for the fact that I heard it, and for a second I thought it was just me. I thought, okay, so they're talking to me again. Fine. But for her to go, "Did you hear that?" I was like, yeah. But we know there was no one in the wood because there wasn't. Because we looked around to find these people and there was no one in there, and somebody had shouted
there was
"Bell."
definitely no one in the woods.
But somebody had shouted "Bell," but that's not the first time they've shouted "Bell."
I mean, going back to the woods, I mean, I'm with you on the fact that it did feel like there was people in there watching it.
It felt like people were
it's
watching
not.
us.
I mean, people might say, yeah, but it's the woods. It has that effect on people. But we've been there plenty of times.
No, we
It's
walked
been
through
fun.
it the night after the investigation, and it was dead.
Yeah.
It was so quiet. It was
I mean,
peaceful. There was just animals. There was nothing
We even
there.
have that footage if you want to see it.
But
It's just us, taking the mick,
Mucking
basically.
around. But then we'd walked through it that night on the investigation, and it was alive. You could feel the energies, and you knew that there was people there watching you.
There was a point as well when I was on mine where I thought I heard a girl's voice, a little girl's voice. I can't remember if it came up in the footage or not, but I definitely heard it. So there was definitely things going on.
And you got
there.
touched. Something hit
Oh
your
yeah,
back.
I kept feeling like someone was following me, and I could feel like, when someone's behind you, even if they're not breathing on you, can sense it.
You just know they're there.
Yeah, you just know someone's standing right behind you. You can almost like feel their energy.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
Yeah, it's
You know?
it's as if someone had touched you.
I felt like that in the shelter as well, in the air raid shelter.
When we were all in the shelter in the beginning, I did hear voices coming from outside, and I thought people were walking through the woods. But whenever we went outside to check, there was nothing there. But it was always too faint to capture on the audio.
I really smelled something. Like there was like a cigarette smoke smell, but it was like a
Sweet.
yeah,
sweety,
yeah. It was
kind
like,
of
like
fragrant smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the literally by the door.
By the entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other things you have to talk about is what we were doing in the generator room.
Yeah.
There's a few things I can do. So we've got some good responses with the SB7,
Yeah, we did.
as always.
And again, the name Bell come through.
Yeah, that appeared to be a
That's a
reoccurring.
connection to me.
Yeah, that was a reoccurring event. I mean, that
On
happened
several occasions.
before the investigation, when we did some initial readings and things like that.
During the investigation.
During the investigation 2 or 3 times.
And it's the fact that other people were hearing it.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to the recordings from the SB7, it's clearly Bell.
Yeah.
So
It's like we were in the generator room and we asked if somebody had died on the airfield, and they had said yes. Clearly, it was a woman that said yes.
Yes.
Then I asked, like, how did you die? And we got murder.
How did you die?
Murder.
How did you die?
Murder.
When we checked back through the audio from the SB7 recording, it wasn't on there, but it was on the camera's audio, which
yeah,
kind of...
that really wound me up, because it's clear when you watch it back. It was really
Right there.
It was really clear when we were there in person, because you see my stupid reaction is murder. You
Yeah.
said murder.
It was clear. But it wasn't on the audio recording of the SB7.
No, it wasn't when we were.
Which tells me that, yet again, is another disembodied voice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but it sounded like it was, when we were there, it sounded like it was coming out of the SB7. But when we played the recording on the dictaphone,
Yeah.
which was, next to the SB7, we got everything, but we could
But
not
that.
hear murder.
Everything but that.
We knew where it should be, but it wasn't there.
Everything but that. It did not come through, but it's on the camera. It's on the camera's audio, so it come from somewhere. Then your breath.
Yeah, I mean, you say...
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, you didn't hear it. Hayley claimed to hear it, but we're not sure about that.
No, I'm not saying that she didn't hear it.
No, what I meant was, I don't know if she might have heard something else.
Yeah, there was a
Because
chance.
this breath was right in my ear.
It's just about that I was in the middle of you and Hayley, so I'm not. I don't know if I didn't hear it, but then there's
No.
a chance that I wasn't
Because
listening.
you've got to think, because I'm holding the camera here, and the breath was right in my ear, and if you listen to the audio that we've got on the camera,
It's right next to
it
the
is
camera.
right next to the camera, because that's where the breath came from. When I say it's a breath, I don't know.
It sounds to me like a disembodied voice
So I don't
again.
know again if it's a man saying something or not, but live when I was there, it felt like a breath.
But I didn't hear anything.
But I didn't feel a breath.
I don't know.
obviously.
You and Hayley say you heard it, but I didn't.
I definitely heard it.
I didn't hear
I
it.
can't deny that.
Just because I didn't hear it doesn't mean you and Hayley didn't hear it.
What makes me laugh is the amount of times I've had a breath in my ear, and I've never had the camera on me. This time I've got the camera on me.
Yeah. It's not that, I didn't hear it, but I'm not saying you and Hayley didn't hear it, because there's a chance you did hear it.
No, what?
And the fact that you
Yeah.
called it on audio says that you heard it. So there is a chance that Hayley heard it, but I was listening out for something else. I just wasn't tuned into that sound.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know if Hayley might have heard something else, only considering that the breath
It was in your ear.
is right there.
Yeah.
If someone's standing 10, 15 foot over there, and I go,
They're not going to
and
hear
I go,
it.
in your ear,
You're not
they're
going to
gonna
hear it. No.
But I mean, I don't know what the acoustics are like on that place.
I didn't hear it. But then again, I wasn't paying attention. you know,
We'll have to, maybe we could always go back and do some acoustic testing.
Yeah, we should. 7 audio was when I asked if it could tell me my name and it said Helena. It did not come through on the audio, but it did on the audio of the camera.
No, we heard it, yeah. Because I remember you being adamant that you heard Helena.
And it's on the camera.
But I didn't hear it that time because I was distracted.
Yeah, most of it. There's a lot of SE7 EVPs. There's a lot
to
of
go through.
noises and stuff. But there are orbs. I say orbs loosely.
Well,
because there's a hella load of dust in there. There is so many bugs. There is so much dust.
Yeah, I mean, one of the pictures that we did get, I think it was with this full spectrum camera. There's obviously bits of dust, moisture everywhere. But
full spectrum camera.
But there's these weird little, like, bright bits.
Like the U.
Yeah, like there's like a
but
U and there's a bright dot.
Say what it is.
Actually, something else that just reminded me when we were in there in the generator room. Remember, I saw that on the camera live. I saw that bright dot suddenly appeared, then it disappeared, then it suddenly reappeared and sort of disintegrated and sort of vanished.
Yeah, but that could still be dust.
Again, that can be dust, but
so
I mean,
any of our
the amount of dust and stuff that I see on the camera, it's just that one, you know, that particular thing.
Yeah.
Sort of just stood out.
But we're not going to count any.
No, the amount of dust, the amount of moisture,
anything.
bugs, you know, there's just no way we can.
There's no way you can say it's evidence because there's too much dust, bugs, moisture, the rest. It's
the amount
just
of people,
not worth
the
it.
amount of people that show pictures and say, look, I've got an orb, and we're like, it's dust.
Pretty much.
That's how there's a face in it, but you know, there's
Matrix
not.
in.
Yeah.
Then there's mad. It was mad. Then there's the full spectrum photo we got before the investigation with Riley.
Yeah, but the man, I mean, he's clearly
holding a gun.
Holding something. Yeah, I mean, and it's the style of.
It's a military uniform.
Yeah, I mean, it's
you
like
can see it.
Even though it's a shadow, it's the style of the.
It's the cut of the waist.
Yeah, exactly.
And the bottom of the jacket. You can see clearly that is a military man.
Because we were with you in the rooms, but we were either side of you at the time.
Riley was just in front of me,
here.
and you were behind me.
Yeah.
And there was a man standing by the wall.
Basically, we were either side of the
Riley
camera.
didn't even see it.
No, neither of us. I mean, if we saw a man in there, we'd know.
Yeah.
We noticed, you know.
It wasn't as if he was there going, hello, because he wasn't, but it was just a really good catch at the right time. And we managed to get him.
Right.
On our day trip when we were getting shots, we got a lot of SE7s.
Yeah.
A lot of people asking how we were.
Hi, how are you?
a lot of people asking how we were.
Watch it, Bella.
Yeah, watch it, Bella. Right, so there's our quick overview of the location and the evidence. My personal opinion on the location is it is active, it is very active, but I feel more than happy there, I feel more than welcome there. They do reply if they know who you are.
So
they
feel comfortable with you.
Yeah, they have to feel comfortable with you. If they know who you are, then they will reply. They will show themselves if they know who you are. It seemed on the investigation that if Alex or Hayley were to ask a question, they would not reply, but if I was to ask the exact same question after they had asked, giving it a 10-20 second space of nothing coming through, if I was to ask that exact same question, then there would be the reply within seconds.
Yeah.
So it seems that they have to feel comfortable with you, and they have to know who you are. And I guess I have that connection to that airfield, and to the spirits on that airfield, and they trust me. So I have no issues with it. I don't feel worried. I don't feel like I'm unwelcome. I shouldn't be there.
No, neither do I.
But I know other people do. So
it's a hit and miss location.
It is a hit and miss location. Sometimes you can go and get a lot, but sometimes you can go and it's just quiet, like there's nothing over there. But it is a good location, and we will be going back because of the evidence we've got.
And there's more ground to cover as well.
There is a lot more ground to
You've got
cover.
to think from where we are to basically to the other top of the airfield where the top of the runway is. That's about a mile.
There is a lot more ground to cover.
Yeah.
The location is huge. So we will go back and we will investigate the rest. But when we go back, it will just be Alex and myself. And we will try and get you more photographic evidence and more voices. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.